Hi there, this is your cyber tutor, and I've got another video for you today, and it has to do with leveraging Python to send emails. So if you have like a reoccurring email that you have to send, like a daily report or a weekly report, you can actually leverage Python to go ahead and send those out for you. So today I'm going to show you how you can do this in a simple way to where you're actually just leveraging the Outlook application on your system and not trying to, use Python to connect to something like SMTP or IMAP or anything like that. So it's a pretty simple way of doing this. So the first things we're going to do, as you see here, I've got PyCharm, the Community Edition, pulled up, and I'm going to import a library. So I'm going to import win32com dot client. And then the next thing I'm going to do here is just write out some code for you, and we'll go ahead and walk through this. So I've got Outlook, and it's leveraging my Outlook application. Mail2 is going to be the recipient of the email. And if I have more than one recipient, I can go ahead and use a semicolon and then add in more email addresses here. So, more email addresses if you need to send to more than just one recipient. The next line here is going to be the subject line, and you can edit the text in here that will display. And then the next thing is going to be the body of the email. So as you see here, even though it does have backslashes whenever I hit enter and I come to write a new line, but you actually need to pass in this \n, and that's going to tell Python to go ahead and continue to the next line and then type out the code. This simply just won't write out the code itself. You need to have these \n's in here. This next line is going to be, I can specify the path that I want to actually have the attachment. So if I need to, pass in an argument of where the file is located at, that I want to attach the file to, and then the last thing it's going to do here is go ahead and send that email. So this will work just fine, and it's cool and all, but it's very static. It's not dynamic. So if I'm trying to attach a file, I have to come in here, I have to specify the path, or if I need to go in and change recipients, it's not dynamic. So in order to kind of change this and improve this code a little bit, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pass this code into a function. So what I want to do is I'm just going to create a little function here called, we'll call it, send email. And we're just going to pass this. Oops. Actually, I need that to be a colon. And we're going to go ahead and paste this back in. So now I've got this into a function. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to take this and improve upon it to where I kind of want it to be a little GUI. So I can create a GUI interface leveraging PySimple GUI. And what it will do is it can pop open a box. It'll allow you to select the file you want attached to the email and then go ahead and allow you to send that off. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and get my extra code. And bear with me, we'll walk through this here in a second, but I just kind of want to leverage this here. So the first thing I need to do is import PySimple GUI, and I'm just going to import it as, we'll just SG. So this will allow me to import the PySimple GUI library, and then I can leverage it here. So the text that I displayed here, pretty much I'm building out the GUI interface there that you're going to see when it pops up, and I'm just kind of passing in a few arguments as to what it's going to do, and I'm actually going to call that function send email and pass in the value of the file. So what I need to do is just add a few more lines of code into my function here. So the first thing I'm going to do is add in value, and the next thing I'm going to do is pass in a path argument. So, and I need to turn value into a string, so I'm going to go ahead and update that. And then down here for the attachment that I want to add, I'm going to go ahead and pass in the path argument. That way so it'll know what I'm actually selecting when I come in here. So if we go ahead and run this, you'll see I'm going to get a little GUI that pops up, and here it is. So it says, sending email with attachments, and I can actually browse for the file on my computer, and it'll pop up to where I can actually add in a file, and then go ahead and click send email. And what that did is it went ahead and sent that email off. So we can go ahead and close this out, and it finishes successfully. So that's pretty cool. And I just want to add one more thing to it. So another thing that we could do to kind of improve this a little bit better is we can actually import like a date and time. So say I want to add like today's date to the email subject line. So what I can actually do is, from date time, I want to import daytime. And then I'm going to go ahead and just type this out. And then in order to get the month, the day, and the year, I'm just going to go ahead and pass in that argument. So, and then this character here that I'm going to put in between will actually designate the actual character that's displayed. So I can either do like a / or a dash, and then that's what's going to actually display into. So, so we did dash, so I'll pass in another dash, and then I'll pass in the year. So it'll look like this, and then I can actually leverage this variable, which is date, and then I want to pass this into the subject line. So I can actually just come here and just concatenate it, and then I'll just add in date. And if we run this again, what this will do is I can browse for the file that I want. I'm going to go ahead and do my test again, send the email, and then we can close out of it. And that successfully sent the email with the subject line of my daily email plus today's date. And that's about it. So I know this is a lot. I'll go ahead and upload this code to the GitHub, which I'll leave a link in the description. And thank you for watching, and I hope this helps somebody out. And I'll catch you next time.